Tonight's episode is all about how AI is taking over Hollywood.
Wow.
So let me ask you a question. If you died tomorrow, and let's say this podcast was hugely successful, would you want this podcast to go on? Or would you say that once you're gone, this podcast should be gone and don't be using my likeness by no means?
Done. Dunzo. Cut it off. You don't need more than one of me.
And welcome to the Barggianos Podcast. My name is Chuck. I am your hostess with the leastest, and with me, as always,
Matt.
Matt. What's going on, buddy? Oh, thank you. Bringing the bell to my, closer to me.
Yeah.
Closer to my direct area. I don't have to reach for the bell. Bell. All right, let's start this off good. If everybody's new to the show, every time we hit that bell, Matt, do you want to tell the audience what that means?
Time for a drink.
Time for a drink. Cheers, buddy. Oh, yes. That is a delicious beverage.
Episode 69.
You said 68?
9.
70?
69.
Episode 69.
If my Spanish skills were good, I'd say it in Spanish, but it's like, I'm not even going to try it. I used to know it.
Yeah, you were good at that, 69?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Spanish.
Okay. Would you say you were good at 69ing in the past because you were good at pronouncing Spanish words?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's as far as I'm going to go with that. My. So, my friend, I got something for you tonight.
Yeah?
So, I know you are a gigantic movie cinema, just off the wall.
Yeah.
Love movies. Loves it. We were discussing, I think we were discussing this maybe behind the scenes. I thought maybe we bring the people into this conversation.
Dunzo.
You're saying you're one and dones and...
Yeah, let's just keep the residuals from the past and like Home Alone. Home Alone still makes good money, right? Decent money?
Yes. And I do love that every movie reference you go to Home Alone. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Everyone should have a favorite movie if they will. But so have you ever heard of the actor Val Kilmer?
No.
Val Kilmer was in Tombstone. He played Batman. A lot of different roles. Just, of course, it's slipping my mind now because I'm looking at you laughing. That Val Kilmer is one of the biggest stars of the world. We've really never heard of Val Kilmer.
I'm glad I can stump you. No, I have not. And for the audience, if you haven't watched an episode before, go back and watch. I do not watch movies. So I even forget the one movie it was Groundhog Day. Yes. Not too long ago that I decided to watch Groundhog Day. I don't watch movies, so audience, blast me all you want. The comments will be good. It'll be entertaining. So, no, I don't know Val Kilmer.
That's okay. Matt's becoming more open to it, and that's all I really ask. So, Val Kilmer was as big as, let's say, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. You've heard of these names?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, he was up there.
Okay.
He might have been like one level down, but he was a very huge actor.
Vin Diesel?
I don't know what category to put Vin Diesel in.
Okay.
I mean, how about this? Val Kilmer was not in a Fast and Furious movie.
What about John Candy?
Yeah, he'd be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I get the reference.
Okay. So I'm just trying to paint the picture. So Val Kilmer, who recently passed away in 2025, which I looked up. I didn't realize it was on April Fool's Day, which is kind of part of the story, but not laughing at that, but part of what we're going to talk about. So here's the question, and to you and to the audience. So would you mind watching a movie of one of your favorite actors if you knew that that actor was made by AI, even though it shares all the same resemblance, it shares all the same characteristics, the mannerisms, but you know it's not the actual actor because they're dead, it's AI created, and they admit that. Would that affect you watching a movie if this was one of your favorite actors or actresses?
That's tough for me to answer because I don't watch movies.
Let's put it in your terms as far as, let's say it was reality TV.
Well, no, because I don't like watching that more than once.
Oh, okay. Well, no, just even the first time. If you knew all these people on this reality TV show was completely AI actors.
I would not watch it.
And why is that, you think?
I mean, if it's reality TV, then I absolutely 1000% know it's fake. Like, I know a lot of the stuff's fake anyway. But I think it's funny with real people. Like, like who goes on Temptation Island and thinks it's okay to like hook up with other people. Like what couple's going to agree to that? That's
right.
It thinks like, oh, we'll come out better. We'll come out stronger. We're going to work on each other. Like,
I know how you met your wife.
Yeah. So, no, I wouldn't watch it. So that question is tough for me to answer because like if we take it to a sitcom, and I can't remember the last sitcom I really watched, but maybe I would watch the sitcom.
Well, hold that thought.
Because I watched The Simpsons.
Don't decide yet. So here's a scenario with Val Kilmer. So it was Val Kilmer passed away in 2025, and a preview just dropped. Movie trailer just dropped a couple weeks ago, maybe. There's a new movie. It's going to be called As Deep as the Grave. And here's the situation. Before Val Kilmer got really sick, he agreed to do this movie. So he was interested in the movie, read the script. So the director intended to have him in the movie. His family knew that it was a passion project, let's say. He wanted to be in the movie. But unfortunately, Val Kilmer passed away before the movie was made. So they decided, and they took it. Actually, I was going to say they took it upon themselves, but they didn't take it upon themselves. Val Kilmer agreed to this, that if he'd passed away, if AI was there, that they could use his likeness and create him out of AI. And that's exactly what they did. There's a movie trailer right now, and if you didn't know any better, which I know you won't, it looks just like him, and it skips around the different ages. So it goes 20, 30 years ago. It goes up here. I'm not positive, but I think he's a priest, so it's like goes back and forth.
Is he really a priest, or is that just part of the movie?
Yeah, he's not a priest actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's a great question. I like that. No, I believe he's playing a priest in the movie.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what kind of movies you're into, but I like it. I like it. You're engaged in the subject. But yeah, so they took him and they made him into the movie, and it looks legit. And so people are kind of saying, is this ethnically, right? So his daughter went on, I believe, a talk show. I don't know her name or anything, but she said that she was all okay with it because before he passed, the daughter said that Val always wanted to be a tech pioneer, meaning he was real in this kind of stuff. And he also said that this way, at least, and this sounds creepy, at least he will own his digital soul, meaning nobody's going to make money off him except their family because of this method versus someone just taking a likeness down the road when all this is common. And this is one of the very first times that this has happened and that people are actually like accepting it inside of a movie trailer. This is, I'm assuming, going to be in a movie theater. Like this isn't like a YouTube video, nothing like that. So what are your thoughts like that? Or on that, if the family's okay with it, the director's okay, and you knew Val Kilmer was okay, what does that change your thought?
I mean, I don't think I'd watch it still because it's a movie.
Let's say you loved movies.
I don't know because I don't love movies.
But would that derail you from wanting to watch it, or maybe audience, maybe let us know. Would it maybe want to make you watch it more because you're curious?
Yeah, I think we talked about this a lot of episodes ago when we talked about movies at some point because that's what I engage in. Give everybody 5-star reviews and stuff. But would movies like actors go obsolete at some point? And I think we talked about it because someone we knew was going to Hollywood to, pursue being an actor. Like, is that job going to be obsolete because it's going to be easier down the road and cheaper for them to make movies and just make up these fictitious characters?
You bring up a very excellent point, which is a very good segue to exactly what I was going to tell you next. So as of, I think, last week, the Oscars, they banned any kind of movie that's made with AI. So even if they, let's say, won that award, let's say Val Kilmer as that AI person won that, they would not give him the award. So even if he's nominated, anything like that, they're really trying to put their foot in the line, saying we do not want any AI actors to get these acclimates, saying, hey, maybe you can do that, but the problem is, also a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple of days ago, are you familiar with like AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini? So every day, every week, they're getting smarter and smarter and smarter. So what they just came out with is, and I'm paraphrasing, you can now make a 5-minute video of multi-angle videos just by typing into AI, and they have Hollywood shaking in their boots because not only can, a high school kid, a grade school kid sit there in his basement and do it, but the fact that they can do this, they're asking, does this make that person a director too? Or is the director's pointless now? So they're really scared that they can do all this without needing Hollywood's assistance per se. So it's a big question up in the air of saying, is it okay ethically? 2, are people going to want to watch it, or are people going to watch it more or less? And 3, is it opening up more doors where people can, maybe that don't have the access to these tools, they'll be able to make these movies and they might be amazing. So it's,
Now, the Oscars, I'm going to ask a dumb question. Audience, blast me, do whatever you want. The Oscars are for movies only, right?
Correct.
Okay. What would, it hurt if you and I said, hey, we're going to go name something, whatever, Apple Tree, and give out awards for the best AI, do the same thing the Oscars do, but do it on the AI front. Mm-hmm. Then the Oscars go away too, right?
I mean, if you could get enough people behind it, yeah, why not? You're not telling me to open up a new award show, right? Because I got so much on my plate right now.
Yeah, you can give out gold, trophies, whatever they do at the Oscars. I really don't know.
What's your favorite Oscar year, man?
1969.
That's a good year and a good episode brought to you by Barggianos. And if you like what you're seeing and you like what you're hearing, you can check out every episode of the Barggianos podcast on YouTube by going to youtube.com/@Barggianos. Do you know that, man?
But see, you're bringing up good points here, because what happens if I can make an AI movie, which I can't, but if I make an AI movie, wouldn't that be something if I did? And now you got so many streaming platforms out there. You got YouTube, you got Netflix, whatever else you want to use to stream. And what if Netflix or Amazon TV says, oh, I'll buy your movie. And then you don't even need the movie theaters anymore either.
I mean, it's kind of to that point for the distribution of movies, but it's more about people sticking together. So it's going to determine if the opportunity's there. It's all about business. You can say loyalty all day, but I mean, realistically, if this is getting popular and it's cheap to make and people like it, they're saying, why not? Because they're even saying that with AI influencers. This is a big thing with, they're saying that AI influencers are going to be the next big thing, because AI influencers, they don't get burnt out. They don't get in trouble, so there's no controversy as far as them, getting canceled. You can do a lot more on social media because you can schedule things, all these type of different, So they're saying, is it kind of like AI now, where you see a picture or a video and you're like, okay, that's obviously an AI video, and I'm kind of sick of seeing those on social media? Or is that going to be the same as seeing these social influencers? AI influencers, or I'm sorry, I said AI, social influencers. Are you going to eventually get sick of seeing those because they'll be too perfect?
Yeah, I don't know. But, you talk about business. Paramount Pictures, still a big movie deal.
Sure.
Like, if Paramount Pictures, if it cost them, $100 million to make a movie, and they can do it for $50 million and make the same amount of revenue.
Right.
They just made $50 million more.
It's a business. That's all it is. At the end of the day, There's all business.
And I think, maybe not in our lifetime will we see it. Like, we were supposed to have flying cars. Now we're getting electric cars. I bet you our grandparents and even our parents would have said, there ain't no way in hell I'd buy an electric car.
Right.
And now people are getting behind electric cars.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And I think, generation by generation, we may not live to see it, but I think there's going to be some evolution to what we know today is not going to be what's happening 100 years from now.
I 100% agree with you. And I think we will be around for that, because this stuff's rapidly growing and progressing, not like the internet did, not like technology. I mean, it's leaps and bounds, because AI is by design supposed to get smarter by itself. So yeah. I was talking to people, they're saying that this could cure cancer, because it can do these equations that would take us 1 billion years in our head and all this stuff.
Right.
If you give it all this information, eventually it can put it all together. I'm not saying it did, but they're saying it's possible. It could be, it could cure diseases. It could think of smarter ways to do things. So, people are always afraid of AI, and I always say this: it's like the internet. When the internet came out, you can do horrible things on the internet that just turn your stomach, and you can do amazing things on the internet. And AI is the same way. It depends on how you use it. It can be the most amazing tool in the world. So it just it excites me every day to see the new inventions and all these new ways people are actually using them.
Yeah, no, I agree, and everything is evolving around us, and the internet didn't learn fast because we all had to manually code it, right? Like now we don't have to manually code AI. It's just consistently learning based on people's searches and answers. And, I'm sure Chat GPT is, in cahoots with Gemini, which is in cahoots with Claude. They're sharing the same information that's public.
Yeah, I mean, they're just gathering information more and more. And I bet these models are talking to each other more.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Than we possibly know. And that's the scary part.
Yeah, but I think people are scared like, hey, AI is going to take everybody's job. AI is going to take the job. Today, I see AI as, a helpful tool, and we're going to be more efficient as a society. We still have to tell AI what to do, like what we want the output to be. Right. And we still have to write requirements on how to get from A to Z. So you still need a person right now today to do all that. Now, am I saying 5 years from now, we're going to say like, hey, here's my starting point, here's my end point, like figure it all out for me, AI? Maybe they'll be there. I don't know.
I always say it's more about you got to have the imagination of what you want it to do, because it can pretty much do anything. So if you can think it, it can happen. But people lack that sometimes as far as what they specifically need. Another one I was going to bring up was the lawyers are warning people to have some kind of, I forget what they called it, but like an AI death clause, let's say. And what that means is if you put that in your will and say, I don't want an AI image made of myself, that way people can't take your voice, your likeness, and put you into a computer, put you into a robot. And people are saying, is that, an ultimate way to grief, like, get over somebody. So like, hey, let's say one of your parents passed away, God forbid. And you're like, man, it'd be great from all these voice messages and videos, I can make an AI person that sounds just like my parents. Is that healthy? Or is that not? I mean, you could look at it as, wow, that's really neat, and my parent will always be there if I need it. Or it's kind of morbid on the other side of that person's not there. So these lawyers are saying to warn people, put this, if you don't want that, put this in your will, and that will, I don't know if it's legal right now, but they're saying down the future with all the stuff we're discussing today, that will be able to prevent that from taking place. So it's a crazy world. I mean, do you think you have to put in your will that like, hey, don't make a robot ghost Chuck?
Right. No, but I'm laughing too because already today, I didn't hear this story today, but I've heard this story recently over the last year or two that people are falling in love with AI.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a real person.
You're saying like relationship wise?
Yeah, a relationship.
Like sexually wise.
Yeah, like, want to get married to this robot that's really not a true person. But to where I'm getting at is to your point, like, oh, if someone's really infatuated with Chuck and Chuck dies, like they could make a model after you. They can make a quote unquote, it's not a blow up doll, but they can make, whatever they make out of ceramic or metal or a doll of Chuck. And this wonderful guy that fell in love with, girl that fell in love with you, could make an AI bot out of you and ultimately have her dream, but it's just fake.
And if you're interested in purchasing this AI bot, you can check it out at shop.barggianos.com. Coming soon.
Oh, boy.
I'm getting good at this, just throwing them in there.
We don't need a lot of Chucks.
Little zingers. Do you imagine more of one of me in life? Oof.
I know.
What if it talked faster than me or mumbled more?
That could happen. Just speed it up.
You do make a point, though. I do see that day coming where it's going to be like, blow up dolls, these kind of things. Anything with technology, humans turn it into sex.
Yeah.
I remember watching something about this. It was hilarious. But it's the truth. And if the likeness keeps getting realer and realer, and they're saying eventually you could look up your favorite celebrity model, whatever, and that person would be right in front of you. Why was somebody going to leave the house? The guys aren't going to do anything.
Right.
It's going to be over.
They don't have to pay for dates. They can just stay at home. But I don't know. Like we talk about this, and let's go down a rabbit hole just a little bit more. Is someone marries or thinks they're married to a bot, right? Got a blow up doll, got the model. Like if they're learning off of what that person is doing, when that said person doesn't take them out, do they get mad and shut down and yell and get in arguments and try to like?
I got an answer for you. Have you ever been inside of a Tesla?
Yes.
So I've not been in very many Teslas, but a gentleman was showing me he had bought a brand new Tesla, and you can turn the AI, like I don't know if it's Chat GPT, whatever Grok. I think Grok for I think it's Grok for Tesla. Anyway, regardless, it's their AI model. In Teslas, you can do a bunch of stuff. You can turn this on, and that's your personal assistant in a car. And you can imagine Tesla, very elaborate, very fancy, very smart. You can adjust the attitude. Do you want it to be normal? Do you want it to be, I think it was called bitchy. It was a girl. If you want it to be like sexual tension, do you want it to be all these different things? And there was like 5-10 different models. Wow. And he went through like a sentence for each one, and it was ridiculous. So to your point, saying, are they going to be fighting back, whatever? It's going to get to a point where people are going to crave that because they're going to be so used to be like, oh, it just does what I want. But now if I turn on the mean girl mode or whatever it is, mean guy mode, they're going to be talking down to you and, putting you down, and people will be getting off on that too. So it's crazy how the times will change based on, the AI and getting bored with something. You ever like wanted something so bad you get it and then you just don't care, and then you kind of thrive for the days of the past.
Take it for granted.
Like even like physical media, I like to collect CDs. If you told a young Chuck that you could have any song on one of these devices, and I'd be like, what? But now I thrive. I love getting just digital or single CDs because I appreciate it more. So I think it's going to be becoming something like that.
So are you saying with like AI, Tesla, going back to that, where they can be bitchy, and people are going to thrive off that? I love my wife. My wife is pretty.
Hey, get that in there.
Here's where I poke the bear. Are you saying I can get the 9 different personalities I get today just in an AI bot?
Just to be clear on the Barggianos podcast, Matt, you're saying your wife has 9 different personalities?
No. I'm just saying if my wife had 9 different personalities.
Oh, this is like a made-up scenario.
Yeah. Like,
yes.
Come on, hypothetical. Like, that's what we're talking about tonight.
Nothing real about this one whatsoever. I would assume, you can switch it on a dime. You can say, hey.
I can get the nice personality if I want that, or I can get the mean one, or I can get the one that's like, hey, whatever you want. Like, I'll cook you dinner tonight. Like,
yeah, you can absolutely do that. Hypothetically.
Yeah. I love it. Guys, hook it up. You don't even have to go out on dates anymore.
I mean, those Teslas are very comfortable too. You can just sit there and talk to your lady friend.
Yeah. She'll cut you out.
Yeah, why not? She can drive. And the other thing is that she'll drive you anywhere. You don't have to drive anymore. So you don't got to be a gentleman there. Yeah. They think of everything.
This is getting crazy.
You like that? We should go after the show and get a Tesla.
No, I'm out. I was just actually looking at Tesla stock. I mean, that thing's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. The other AI was there was one about Taylor Swift was saying that she basically put like she filed a thing called a soundmark trademark, and it trademarks her own timbre or her vocals. So no one can copy her vocals and make something else.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I get it for celebrities, Taylor Swift, huge singer, multi-million-dollar maker, like
billion-dollar maker.
Billion, yeah. Someone to make money to just create that model after her when she dies. Like, even if, I guess they could technically do it when they're alive if they don't have this, I'll call it a trademark or a patent,
It's called a soundmark.
Soundmark. Okay. So, but it's almost like a patent for physical goods or, processes,
But this is all new. Like it's never been before.
So, man, I'm just thinking, how much could you sue for? I guess, millions and billions of dollars, it's all relative, right?
I mean, whatever someone makes money off you, that's money they're taking out of your pocket.
It's almost like copyright, right?
Yeah, I would say.
Very similar?
Yeah, very similar. Do you ever heard of the country artist, I believe it's Glenn Campbell?
No.
Glenn Campbell. I may have mentioned this on a past show, but this is perfect for this. He, God bless him, big country singer, huge country singer back in the 80s, 90s, and very long career. the guy, I believe, had a stroke. So it took away his ability to obviously talk and then play guitar, all this stuff. Well, they said his mind was fine still, and he could still move around well enough. And this was a few years ago when AI was just kind of getting started, where you're like, wow, I can do all this. And I remember watching this, like, it was crazy. And he decided, hey, I want to use this AI model to use my voice. So they took all of his albums, and then they threw that into the AI, and then they outputted that, and you just type in the song, I'm assuming, and maybe they had a live orchestra, maybe it was made up. I'm assuming it was live band. And he sat there and he said, I'm okay with this. I know how I would want this to sound. And he made an album. It was the artist made the AI album of himself. So in that case, would you agree with that?
Maybe. Yeah. Like I'm just thinking about this, it was probably episode 30 something, 40 something. We did a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. Mm-hmm. Like back to your earlier question earlier in the episode, would I watch a movie? With a, probably not, but would I go to a concert that was, let's call it robotic, that had a, robotic Ozzy Osbourne performing like he performed, 15 years ago, and watch one of Ozzy's concerts at the outdoor amphitheater that we have here? Absolutely, I would. So, I mean,
I used to watch those concerts at Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah,
it had the robotic, the mouse and the monkey hitting the thing.
Yeah.
Those
But
fire.
You go to a lot of concerts, like if your favorite artist or band or lead singer had died, and they'd make an AI and it performed just like him or her and looked just like him or her. With the band, would you go?
Yeah, no, I absolutely would. I love, I love music. Yeah. And I think the caveat would have to be, it's not just a recording of them singing. It'd have to be like an AI, like remake of them, like with mistakes and errors, like a live version of it, which I'm sure they can do easily.
Right.
Because do you remember, like 10, 15 years ago, there was at Coachella, they had a Tupac hologram?
No.
You remember that? Mm. Oh man, you can look that up on the internet if you guys never seen it. Very interesting. And they brought up like it was a Tupac out of the stage, and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre like performed with them.
Okay.
And what they did was they took a person that looked like him, and then they put the face on later. But they were able to make it where the dimensions moving around, they actually looked real. Again, real for 15 years ago. But it was, you knew it was fake, but they were same height. They were walking around, and it was cool.
But today with technology, you go to like an Ozzy Osbourne, I don't think you'd be able to tell. I think technology is that good that you could probably fool some people and be like, "Yep, that's a real person."
Did you ever know how they not test it, but rate it? How they rate it? How good AI video was getting?
No,
ever heard of this? So this kind of was very random. There's videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Okay.
So audience, if you ever want to look this up, it's Will Smith eating spaghetti. And there's a video made out there of every time there's a new AI model made, and this goes back, I'm guessing 5, maybe 8 years, they start it with, hey, I want to see Will Smith eating spaghetti. And they'll show the video progressively, and it will blow your mind. Like from like obviously so fake in the world to looking not bad, but that's obviously fake and it looks weird. And now it's like the dimples and the sun and everything looks just right. And every time there's a new one, you're like, wow, that's pretty good. Are they going to be able to beat that? And they do every time. So check that out, though. If you want to check out an AI test of how good it's getting, look up Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Can I look that up on like YouTube or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, maybe you can post the link in the comments.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. I see. You were pointing really low. I couldn't see all the way down there. I got you. That's great. Oh man, did I tell you where I went this past weekend?
I think you went to go see a little music.
I did.
Yeah.
So, audience, if you didn't listen last episode, we were talking about the Wentzville Days coming up and how they're going to be 3 different bands, and one of the bands is a local. Set. I call them kids because they're straight out of high school, much younger than myself. But they're performing at the Wentzville Days, which is a big deal in our town. And I had reached out to them they reached out to me via Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I got hit up on Insta.
Yeah.
That's what all the cool kids say. I got hit up on Insta, but they thanked us for the shout out, which was very nice. So thank you very much, Just a Blur. And I had asked if they'd be interested on coming on the show. And guess what? They said yes.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So hopefully we can make this happen. And I got some different ideas. Hopefully we get some, at least one performance, maybe a couple. But I was able to go see them at a local venue last night with my wife and them. And yeah, I got to check it out. I got to talk to the lead singer for just a few minutes. But yeah, he was real excited. And I thought you might appreciate that.
Well, I won't say his name, but I will give him a shout out. Gertie and Hammer, kid that's associated with that family, went to state percussion, had a single percussion.
Oh, okay.
And someone, that I work with at my job that actually pays my bills was telling me, like, she brought up this kid's name and like, oh yeah, this kid X, man, he had a phenomenal performance and was doing, and I pulled up the picture that you sent me and I was like, is this the kid? She goes, yes, that's him. Like, so state band, his last one, I think he's graduating this year. He brought home a gold for a single, which is a really good deal. And
Very cool.
Apparently his percussion piece was like fantastic.
Well, congratulations from Barggianos.
So someone I didn't, that I know that didn't even know I knew him was telling me how good this performance was.
Okay.
So
you're like Santa Claus. You're watching when we're sleeping.
yeah.
You're watching when we're awake. All these things. That's incredible.
Yeah. So, but audience, we're talking about Wentzville Days too. Join us Saturday. Chuck and I will be live out at Wentzville Days this coming Saturday. Yep. We'll probably pop on and off just a few times, but a lot of great bands out there. Hopefully, we can find a ride home. We will not drive home. If anything, we'll walk the 4 miles home. I don't know how, but
I rented a horse. We're gonna ride double style.
All right, fair enough. Probably the one that lost in the Kentucky Derby, and that's great. He's probably for sale right now.
I was the biggest winner of the Kentucky Derby at my house.
You were. I
picked the long shot, so sometimes the long shots come in third.
Yeah, Mr. Tyler Gaffleone, he almost won.
Yeah, and again, I respect your opinion because you did pretty well, and you know more than anybody else in horse racing.
Yeah, I did all right.
Did you do?
Yeah.
$1 million, $2 million.
Yeah, I wish.
I wish. You bet the house.
No. Yeah, not that much, but had a good time watching horses race. Both on Oaks and Saturday at the Derby. But damn, you know what I was thinking? Shout out to your cousin Emily. Like, geez Louise, she was in Kentucky for some horse races, and then all of a sudden she was at St. Louis City FC game, and I'm like, I must be old. I would have been like asleep like 4.5 hours that way, partying it up for some horse racing, and then to drive back and go to the city game too. Like, shout out that you got all this energy.
She's a rock star.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. No, we like rock stars on the show, so it works out well. Well, Matt, I think we said everything we got. Did you get everything off your chest tonight? You feel good about this episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We always appreciate the support there. Hopefully we'll see you at the Wentzville Days and look forward to some pretty cool shows coming up. So Matt, with that, have a good night and Barggianos out.